Hallöchen, der... Oh no. Oh no. Gleich zwei Sachen. Warte, die Kamera kann ich jetzt sofort fixen. Was ist denn bitteschön? Was ist denn bitteschön mit dem Game Capture los? So. Hallöchen, willkommen zu Slay the Princess. Wir sind heute ein bisschen horrormäßig unterwegs. Huch, ja. Huch, ne? Ja, jedes Mal das Gleiche. Grauenhaft. Jedenfalls, wer das hier jetzt schon sieht und liest, wer Probleme mit Parallax Scrolling und sowas hat oder blinkenden Lichtern, am besten nicht zugucken, wir lassen das drin. Aber da gibt's halt so ein bisschen Motion Sickness und lauter solche Sachen, ne? Und genau. Was auch immer passiert, sondern unser Herz, glauben, keinen blassen Schimmer. Ganz wichtig hier unten, this is a love story. Motion Sickness, mal sehen, wie lange ich schauen kann. Ja, mal kicken, ne, mal kicken. Also es ist, glaube ich, nicht ganz so krass. Ich glaube, es liegt viel daran, weil das alles handgezeichnet ist und so. Das Spiel ist komplett auf Englisch, auch Englisch vertont. Aber ich wollte das unbedingt daddeln. Ich meine, ne, also, das ist schon, allein das ist schon krass. Ich weiß noch nicht, wo wir die Kamera hinschmeißen. Aber auch die Musik und sowas, ne. Ich werde mal ganz kurz die Kamera auch schon mal zuschneiden, falls wir die woanders hinpacken werden. Jetzt hätte ich die fast über den ganzen Monitor gemacht. Schauen wir mal ganz kurz. Ja, ich werde gleich ein bisschen aus dem Bild rutschen. Aber ich bin gleich wieder da. So, zugeschnibbelt. Ich setze mich jetzt erstmal hier unten rechts hin. Ich habe noch nicht reingeschaut. Ich weiß auch nicht, was uns genau hier gleich dargeboten wird. Ich habe nur kurz die Settings angeguckt. Und da sieht man auch, es gibt kein Sprachgedöns. Aber das ist die Prinzessin, die wir töten sollen. Warum, weshalb, wieso, gucken wir uns an. Kapitel 1, der Held und die Prinzessin.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ich weiß nicht, wie viel wir übersetzen sollen. Wenn wir die Prinzessin nicht töten, dann ist das Ende der Welt. Ja, wir sind in dem Wald. Fertig. So, jetzt haben wir hier unsere Optionen scheinbar. Also es ist so ein bisschen wie so ein altertümliches, ja nicht Point and Click. Oh, scheiße. Es gibt extrem viele Eigenschaften, Auswahlmöglichkeiten. Wegen mir brauchst du gar nichts übersetzen. Ja, so ein bisschen machen wir wahrscheinlich. Ich würde erstmal sagen, egal was es hier für Optionen sind, einfach ohne was zu sagen zur Hütte gehen. Wir erledigen mal den Job. Okay, Prinzessin ist da drin.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay, das ist wichtig. Sie wird lügen, betrügen, sie wird alles in ihrer Macht Stehende tun, damit wir sie nicht töten. Wer kann es ihr verübeln, ne? Aber warum ist die Prinzessin hier in... Oh, das ist auch sehr cool. Ich glaube, das ist hier gemeint von wegen hier so ein bisschen Motion Sickness und so. Warum ist die Prinzessin in dem Keller von so einer Hütte?
We're not gonna go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ah, das ist der Held, den wir spielen.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Es ist der gleiche Erzähler, ne? Das ist ein bisschen schade, aber hey. Wenn mal der Erzähler nicht lügt, ja, das ist eben auch so eine Sache, ne? Also. gehen wir weiter. Ich glaube, die Leertaste ist
The
auch
interior of the
weiterschalten.
cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, den Dolch brauchen wir dann also. Wir nehmen den mal nicht mit. Mal gucken, ob wir sie erwürgen können oder irgendwie sowas. Wer weiß, wer weiß. Wir lassen das jetzt einfach da liegen. Wir probieren einfach aus.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh Mann. Echt erdrückend hier, ne?
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Oh, jetzt bin ich aber gespannt.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Naja. So hypnotisierend finde ich das jetzt
Don't
nicht.
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Ups. Hey, ich glaube, ich bin hier, um dich zu töten. Nein, wir sagen mal gar nichts.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Wir sagen mal gar
It
nichts.
would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Es erinnert auch sehr an die Stanley Parable, ne? Ist, glaube ich, kein Wunder.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Naja.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Also der Held ist auch so ein bisschen abgelenkt, ne?
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hi! Wir haben keine Option, Nein zu sagen. Ich hatte übrigens eine Option, Nein zu sagen, als mir Strike PR das Spiel zur Verfügung gestellt hat. Aber, da ich das extra angefragt habe, weil ich das Spielprinzip eigentlich echt interessant fand, habe ich natürlich ja gesagt. Also danke für den Key. Nur für euch zur Info. Es wird natürlich wie immer nicht meine Reaktion auf das Spiel irgendwie ändern oder so. Ich bin einfach nur gespannt, was hier los ist. Der Held ist halt ein Held. Ja, der Held ist so James Bond-mäßig drauf, ne? Wir quatschen erstmal ein bisschen.
Okay.
Na? Wie geht's dir so? Schönes erstes Date. Okay, wie heißt du? Ich weiß nichts über dich. Okay. Was hast du gegessen oder getrunken? Alter, es gibt so viele Auswahlmöglichkeiten, ne? Getting out of here, getting out of here. Ach, wir können hoch und den Dagger holen? To keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Okay, pass auf. Wir fragen sie mal. Wie heißt du eigentlich?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Warum?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Naja, es gibt auch Mario, von daher ist das jetzt gar nicht mal so abwegig, ne? Also heißt du Prinzessin?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Sie ist jetzt schon suspekt. Was ich aber auch ein bisschen suspekt finde, ist unsere Hand hier, ne? Also... Sind wir ein Goblin oder was?
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Ja.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Okay, fragen wir mal, was sie gegessen oder getrunken hat.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Naja, also irgendwo musst du überlebt haben, ne?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Es ist relevant! Hallo, die kann... Es ist doch klar, dass die kein Mensch ist, wenn die da sagen wir mal, über 5 Tage lang nichts getrunken hat und immer noch lebt. Hallo?
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
Ja.
She has to eat, right?
Okay, erzähl mir das mal hier. Wir sollen dich töten. Ach so, und dann können wir noch sagen... Ja, irgendwas stimmt nicht mit dir nicht.
Would everything feel right about you if you were locked away in a hole by yourself for as long as you can remember?
Just how long has she been down here?
So, did they tell you why I'm supposed to be so dangerous?
Nö. Wir sagen
They haven't
nichts.
shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Naja.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that, and I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point.
Hör auf zu
Talking
grinsen.
like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
Ja, ist
Do
okay.
you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
Du glaubst, die Kamera oben links ist besser? Na, ich bin mir nicht sicher. Vielleicht unten links. Hm? Okay, auch nicht immer. Ja, ne?
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Aber warum würden die jemanden schicken zum Umbringen? Könntest du es selber machen.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person. And a subjugating monarch, no less.
Was sagen wir? Okay, wir gehen einfach und holen das Messer.
Thank you.
Wie sie schaut, ne?
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Oh, oh.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you.
Uh-oh.
You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Ja, es gibt da einige Entwickler, die streamfreundliche Spiele zumindest so entwickeln, dass die den Ton anpassen können, damit das hier keine Copyright-Sachen abspielt, ne? Aber das wäre auch interessant, mit extra so einem Platz für eine Cam.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Oh, ich mag das nicht.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm,
No.
its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
No!
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Wie geil. Ich glaube, wir haben falsch angefangen. Können wir das nicht nochmal... Es ist aber sehr cool, dass wir jetzt den Dolch in der Hand haben hier, ne? Oh ja, YouTube hat irgendwas umgestellt. YouTube hat da irgendwas gedeichselt. Und wir haben letztes Mal geguckt, ich glaube, wir haben schon das absolute Maximum eingestellt. Also das Maximum, also das, wie lang dazwischen und so, ne? Versuchen wir sie auszubluten, aber ich weiß nicht, ob da, ich meine, hier liegt zwar der Arm, aber hier ist auch keine Blutspur oder so. Ich denke nicht, dass sie ausblutet. Einfach nur, hallo? Ja, versuchen wir das mal.
Play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You can finish this right here, right now.
Ich glaube nicht. Ja, wir versuchen das mit dem Einsperren.
You close the basement door,
Oh Gott.
locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
Die ist bestimmt schon irgendwo
You
draußen,
settle
ey.
in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
Oh Gott.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Oh no.
It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying.
Ich mag
Like
das
she's less of a
absolut.
princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Oh, super. Ja, beim nächsten Mal einfach rein und drauf, ja.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Ja.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Ignore her and go to sleep. Ja, komm.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Oh Gott, da wird doch gleich ein Jumpscare kommen, no.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Jetzt ist natürlich meine Frage. Wenn die Tür nach hinten aufgeht, warum ist der Tisch davor gestanden? Der bringt doch dann gar nichts.
Where is she?
Genau hinter dir.
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Wie Gänsehaut. Auch an den Beinen, ekelhaft. Oh. Oh. Wir haben doch gar nichts gemacht.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
Wieder der Arm auch dran ist, ne?
It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb,
Stimmt, ja.
then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Ja, lass dir Zeit.
She steps closer,
Oh,
one
no.
silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Kiemen?
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Ja, ich frage mich, welche wundervolle Dinge das waren.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
But it is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, Death Counter 1. Oh, Kapitel 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of déjà vu.
A terrible sense of déjà vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Ja,
If he
natürlich.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us?
Shh. The voice of the paranoid? Was?
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me.
Super.
Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Okay.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Okay. Okay. Warum soll ich dir zuhören? The voice actor is British. In it? Kann sein.
Those are two very different questions, but
Ja.
fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to
Das
get
Spiel
you.
ist so gut.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met
Grad schon
me, or at
Gänsehaut
least
gehabt.
a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Da hat er auch einen Punkt, ne?
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you?
Ja.
No comment.
No
Well, then,
comment.
congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Ja, nur dass das jetzt Kapitel 2 ist, nicht mehr Kapitel 1, ne?
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Ich habe
Do
keinen
you think
blassen
the people
Schimmer.
there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us?
Gute Frage,
I want you
ja.
to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay. Lass uns erstmal über die Prinzessin quatschen.
Just be quick about it.
Was hätten wir hier? Okay, wer hat sie da eingesperrt?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Aber warum kann sie uns... Ich meine, warum hat sie dann vorher nicht schon ihren Arm abgetrennt, ne? Also...
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job and save the world.
Okay, das machen wir jetzt. Ich habe so das Gefühl, dass sie trotzdem unsere Hand taub macht und wir dann eben das Messer nicht mehr haben. Ja, das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Wenn Leute sie eingesperrt haben, warum haben die sie nicht umgebracht?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
Okay, pass auf.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay. Turn around and leave!
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Ja. Nee, nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Ja, wir werden sowas von im Wald sterben.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Super. Okay, weg mit uns.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Mal die Kamera
But fine,
umgedüdelt.
turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh. Okay.
What's going on? Where are we? It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
No. Okay, wir sind nicht mehr alleine. Was zum Henker? Okay. Irgendetwas braucht ein Gefäß, aber wir sind zu voll von uns selbst. Bitte was? Wir embracen das mal, komm. Wir müssen müssen unsere Geschichte fertig bringen. Das ist der einzige Weg für die da, um zu entkommen. Müssen eine neue Welt erschaffen? Was?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ja, da sind wir wieder in Kapitel 1.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end
Das
of the world.
heißt dann wohl auch, wir haben keinen... wie heißt's? Wir haben keinen... Paranoiden mehr bei uns mit dabei. Ne, komm, wir gehen jetzt einfach. Aha!
That's the spirit.
Ich liebe die Revolution, ja. Wir versuchen sie einfach mal straight zu töten.
Path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Kennen wir schon. Passt. Proceed. Jetzt drauf und gut, ja.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely the blade.
Kennen wir. Also, wir nehmen das Ding.
You take the blade from the table.
Okay.
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Peeks, peeks.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in her voice.
Who's there?
Ihre Stimme ist anders, weil wir jetzt einen Dolch dabei haben und sie weiß das.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Wow.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Wir sagen nichts.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
War sie vorher auch coldly beautiful oder nur beautiful?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Ja. So. Direkt drauf.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Gute Frage.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Ja, das stimmt auch wieder.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Das wird bestimmt nicht gut ausgehen.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Moment, das ist aber direkt in der... Egal.
Oh,
Oh!
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder.
Warum redet sie noch ganz
Do
normal?
you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
This is it, ain't it?
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Oh.
But is it over? Really over?
Natürlich, sie ist tot.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty
Ich
conscience.
dachte immer, das Herz wäre ein Stück weiter nach links, aber hey.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Wenn wir können. Okay, wir haben die Option.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Und was sehen wir? Doom, huh?
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Ich weiß ja nicht, warum wir happy sein sollten. Das ist Bull. Ah, okay. Ja, ich habe gehofft, wir hätten ein besseres Ende verdient.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Ich vertraue dem Dude nicht wirklich.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Vor allem ohne Essen. Hast du den Erzähler nicht gehört? Wir sind alle happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Nö, ich bin mir relativ sicher, dass wir happy sind.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Wow, good ending, you did it, you saved everyone. Naja, aber das sieht schon witzig aus, ne? Okay, das war's. Wir sehen uns dann morgen im Darkest Dark. Nein, Spahn. Oh, nice. You can hide the UI hitting H. Ah. Explore, join the Discord, mailing list, subreddit, return to main menu. Okay, Moment, load game? Empty slots. New game, so.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
Okay. Ja, wir reden erstmal ein bisschen mit ihm. Oh! Jemals in Erwägung gezogen, dass es vielleicht okay ist, wenn die Welt zu Ende geht?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Wir lassen sie jetzt einfach mal frei.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Schöne Grüße an die Hunde. Okay. In Erwägung gezogen, dass sie vielleicht das Weltenende hervorruft, weil sie eingesperrt worden
While
ist?
I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Jo, mach's gut.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Ich glaube, wir machen erst was anderes. Wir machen das gleiche wie
You
eben.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You take the
Aber
blade from the table.
wir werden am Ende sagen, wir sind nicht
The
happy.
door to the basement Good. You're still listening to reason. You step... You lunge forward without... Yes, exactly. It's over.
Okay, dann gucken wir
With your
mal.
work done, you open the cabin door. Only...
Haben wir das genommen?
This
Ja,
isn't an ending.
ne? Okay, dann nehmen wir schon mal das hier. Wie kommen wir
I
hier raus?
do, but you're probably not going to like it.
Sich selbst umbringen?
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you.
Oh, no.
It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare. Wird er uns das nicht umbringen?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Oh, wie gut, ne?
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Okay.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Er hat diesen Ort erschaffen?
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs.
Okay, ich bin gespannt, was wir jetzt da sehen. Ist sie weg?
Princess's body
Oh,
is
no.
dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Wir sind wirklich so ein komisches Goblin-Viech, ja?
The end. Nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you too. Kapitel 2.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay. Aber ich habe mich selbst umgebracht. Was mache ich hier?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
Das ist jetzt Voice of the Cold, nicht mehr Voice of the Paranoid?
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Okay. Gehen wir mal hin und lassen sie frei.
Before she will lie, she won't be a problem.
Krass, wie unterschiedlich die Prinzessin da gewesen ist, ne?
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Warum ist hier auf einmal ein Spiegel?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Lass uns in den Spiegel gucken.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Okay. Ich hab ein bisschen Schiss, was dann
You
rauskommt.
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
What?
and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
Alles okay.
Clearly, it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
What? Wir gehen mal ohne Dolch. Ist sie wirklich...
The door to the basement
Down?
groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Ja, es ist schon geil, dass es so viele Parallelen gibt, aber es ist
The
doch
room
anders. Ne?
below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
Okay, hi.
And finally, the
Hi!
rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow.
Oh.
How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Ja, hi.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Das ist klasse mit diesem X da, ne, wo wir den Dolch reingestoßen haben.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
Grab her and kiss her!
Before she can suspect a thing, you lunge forward and grab her arm.
Und wir greifen durch, oder was?
You feel substance for the briefest of moments, but then you feel nothing at all.
Sowas aber auch.
As though all you've done is clutch at empty air.
Huh.
You're adorable when you're confused.
No, dankeschön.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Ups. Entschuldigung.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Sie ist ein bisschen schizo, oder? Okay, warte. Of course I attacked you. You're supposed to end the world. That's why I killed you last time too. Du bist tot. Zumindest überwiegend. Nochmal zugreifen, aber diesmal härter. Das wäre so lustig. Oh. Ja, komm.
You attempt once more to seize the princess, and once more you grip only cold, empty air as she disappears.
Really?
Ja.
Her voice chides from elsewhere in the room. You whirl around, finding her hovering between you and the basement stairs, looking you over with grim disappointment.
I was willing to let bygones be bygones, killer. I was willing to ignore everything you did to me so we could get out of here together. All I ever wanted was to leave this place. All I ever wanted was to find a way back home. Wherever home is.
Moin, Lingard, ich hab das schon gelesen.
Her eyes
Aber das war mir schon
turn
klar,
from
dass da
wells of
irgendwie sowas
sorrow
gibt.
to pits of wrath as she stares into you.
I guess violence is the only language you speak.
Süß bist du heute.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens. Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Naja, bis sie die Hand wieder rauszieht mit unserem Herzen dran, ja? Did you miss? Bestimmt nicht.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. Pity we don't have a weapon. Your last moments are spent a helpless witness as she rips her hand from your chest, holding your still beating heart in her clenched fist. But that's ours.
But that's ours. Das ist unser Herz.
See you soon, killer.
Zerdrückt sie es.
She crushes it, blood and ruined vascular tissue leaking from between her fingers, dribbling unceremoniously to the floor. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, Kapitel 3.
You're on a path in the wood, and here we go again. Off to slay her again. The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Voice of the cheated.
Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Könnte.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring?
I don't know.
Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us. That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Hatten wir ja auch,
The
ne?
ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy. Well, Were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful. It was boring. It was bullshit. So you killed yourself. Yes. And then she killed us. Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish. All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Ist vielleicht eine Idee? Ja. Ja, das klingt gut. Hat bisher nichts funktioniert, wir lassen sie
You're
mal
making
frei.
a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever.
Ach, jetzt ist das Auto wieder aus, ja?
Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point.
Also jetzt gibt er zu, dass
Know
das
that
nicht
there
wieder
is always
der
a
Anfang
choice.
ist.
Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. How convenient, everything always comes back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
Ausgeschlagen, sie gibt ihren Tiernamen. Welche Tiernamen sollen wir ihr denn geben? Ja, Linga, ich habe auch Reste gegessen heute. Mein Bärlauch-Kürbiskernpesto mit Rigatoni. Komm, wir gehen jetzt einfach
Continue
hin.
down the path towards the cabin.
Und gucken, was diesmal anders ist in der
It isn't long
Hütte.
before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Okay.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Versuchst du hier... Oh, wie heißt das auf Deutsch? Umgekehrte Psychologie?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
Okay,
Would you look
danke,
at that?
Erzähler.
We won.
We won.
Take it however you will.
Okay. Räubchen.
The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange.
Wie gut.
What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror.
Come on!
What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No. Wir gehen zum Spiegel. Der wahrscheinlich wieder nicht da
make
ist.
your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
Ich mag den cheated.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. What are the odds she's waiting for us right now, just out of sight, on the other side of that glass? You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing.
Super.
It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Oh, sie wirkte etwas böse. Wir wollten sie eigentlich freilassen, ne? Wie hast du auch das Gefühl, nicht losbeobachtet zu werden? Ja, einerseits von dort. Andererseits von ihr. Oh nein, ich habe das kleine Einhorn umgerammt. Und irgendwie auch von woanders. Und ja, ich habe mir hier eine rosa Kuscheldecke hier mitgenommen, weil... Uiuiuiui. Moin, Thomas!
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Ungut, wir wollten sie eigentlich rauslassen.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Ich will gar nicht wissen, wo sie mir hinbeißen will.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
Ja, das stimmt allerdings.
I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Mit gebrochenen Füßen?
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
Heißt das Game wirklich Slay the Princess? Ja, so wie Slay the Spire. Ganz genau.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas. I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Okay, wir sind jetzt sehr even. Ich habe dich getötet, du hast mich getötet. Kann ich nicht einfach die Tür für dich aufmachen? Okay, that's fine. I actually came here to free you.
Great! See you in a jiffy.
See you in a jiffy!
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this.
It's okay.
You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel Wrong.
Aber unser Bein ist wieder in Ordnung, ne? Ist das ein Point-and-Click-Game oder wie findest du das? Ne, ist so wie ein Visual Novel, mehr oder weniger.
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. I'd beg you to resist, but you've already surrendered your will to her, haven't you?
Ja.
Anything to get out of this hellhole. It's a new experience. You should try being possessed sometime. There's nothing else like it.
There's nothing wrong with fixing your mistakes. I'll remember that. But I'll also never forget what you've done.
Your body inches along
Nochmal
the
für dich,
corridor,
Thomas, Knackgeräusch.
every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
We're so close.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer.
Oh.
If anything, it's getting further away.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body to a little case of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Please, just let her out.
Yes, let me out.
Na, ihr merkt das Geräusch nicht so sehr. Passt mal auf, wenn ich jetzt auf die Leertaste drücke, dann kommt das bestimmt gleich wieder.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
You had described me into submission. The door is right there.
Ah, einfach mal hier die Realität geändert.
It really is, isn't it?
I walk to it. I place your bloody hand on the door.
Also sie ist jetzt auch der Narrator? Ist der Narrator in uns drin? Sind wir der Narrator? Sind wir der Erzähler?
I made you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
Ja!
It's gone.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us.
I did nothing. He dealt with himself.
Selbsthilfegruppe gegen das Knacken, ja.
This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
The handle clicks as we push forward. The air is different here.
Okay. Schlüpft sie wieder raus, oder was? Okay.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
Naja!
What is happening to me?
Okay, sie ist von diesen Dingern genommen worden und es ist wieder der fucking
She's
Spiegel da?
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Die sieht echt toll aus. Kann man die Dame daten? Ja, bestimmt.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, Was ist mit dem Erzähler?
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast her. Good riddance.
Okay. Sollen wir den Spiegel erkunden?
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Okay, gucken wir mal.
You're right.
Erstmal hier oben.
She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. just can't win.
Kein Kommentar, scheu.
Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
Okay, gehen wir mal zum Spiegel.
Don't do this.
Er hat mich eben noch nie verängstigt.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Oh, diesmal ist es ist spiegelig. It's you. It's you. It's you. Ja. Gut. Okay, wir sind alleine, es ist still. Wieder zur Hütte zurück? Hey! Hi, alles klar bei dir?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Bist du diejenige, die mich geschickt hat, die Prinzessin zu töten?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. Was bist du?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Was denkst du, was ich bin?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Was? Attack the... Destroy your body? Was passiert jetzt? Nein, warte. Erstmal, das ist das Ende der Welt.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Stimmt auch wieder.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Was? Etwas Quiek hier stand da? Das X markiert die Stelle zum Graben. Naja, wir haben da schon gegraben.
As loneliness turned to seething, she could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart.
Ich mag die Musik.
Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Kennst du den Erzähler?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Oh, wir sind ganz alleine, ja? Da können wir ganz, ganz schlimme Sachen machen. Kennen wir uns?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay,
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Manchmal schon, ja. Okay, was passiert jetzt?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. Müssen wir also verschiedene Versionen der Prinzessin sozusagen rauslassen? Einmal diese krasse Version, vielleicht einmal die Geist-Version und einmal die normale Fleischversion, damit sie vollständig ist? Kann das sein?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. Okay, zerstörst du die Welt, wenn wir dich komplettieren, ja?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Okay. Lassen wir das. Okay, mach was du willst.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Oh.
You won't.
You won't! Oh, super. Okay, bring the wrath to her. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the
Das
end
war
of that
super, ne?
path is a
You
cabin.
won't.
And in the basement of that cabin
Okay, skippen wir das. Wir erinnern uns an nichts. Wir gehen einfach zur Cabin.
you make your way up.
Und wir lassen sie jetzt direkt mal raus. Hat sie dich gerade gekillt? Jopp.
The
Der einzige
interior
Weg
of the
zurück.
cabin is almost... The door to the basement creaks open,
Und das kennst du nicht,
revealing a
Thomas, ne?
staircase faintly illuminated
Sieht
by an
anders aus.
unseen light in the room
Bisschen anderer
below.
Text. Voll geil.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once.
Skippen wir mal eben. Das ist auch geil. Lügen, ich bin hier, um dich zu retten. Oder nicht lügen, ich bin hier, um dich zu retten. Okay.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Ob sie uns auch nochmal töten wird oder einfach so?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Okay, das ist diesmal nicht coldly beautiful. Das ist
I
super.
am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi.
I want her to ride
I
me.
can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Nö.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Ja.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, wenn es keinen Schlüssel gibt, andere Ideen?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Die Augen sind zu groß. Ja,
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay. Gehen wir mal runter nochmal.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Ja, das sieht doch gut aus, ne? Hat schon lange nichts mehr gegessen, die gute Frau.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Ha, was tut sie da?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Oh, wir haben eh nur die Option Save the Princess. Okay.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Ach, jetzt blutet sie.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we
Is
won't
sie
have
brav?
any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Gegen den Erzähler, ja.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Hör auf, Erzähler! Das
Wait,
machen wir nicht.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her. Das ist so gut. Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. she sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again.
Mit dem
and
Löffel.
you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Psychobraut vielleicht, ja.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Hätte er das nicht gemacht mit dem Dolch, ne, dann wäre alles tippitoppi gewesen.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Anderes, zweites Kapitel.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Sehr cool, dass du immer andere Stimmen dabei hast.
Beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
4?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Also, wir, der Held, der Smitten und die Prinzessin. 4.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Alright. Alright. Los geht's.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Ja,
We already told
kennen
you
wir.
we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Her beauty.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Wir nehmen jetzt einfach mal den Dolch mit.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. Der
Walk
Spiegel,
up
der
to
nicht
the
da
wall
ist.
next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Okay. Dann viben wir den mal
You
und zack,
reach
an
forward
der
and
Wand.
rub your hand against the cabin wall. But there
Okay.
was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Ach, wir sind also ein Vogelfiech oder was?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Auch interessant, dass die Wood Cabin hier alles mit
I
Stein
suppose
voll
if
ist.
we're
Ne?
to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Ganz genau.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to
Hallöchen,
do
Mar.
your job.
Okay, dann mal rein da und hoffen wir, dass wir dieses Mal
The door to the basement creaks
nicht
open,
abgeschlachtet werden.
revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Was? Er ist ein bisschen krass drauf, ne? Nee, Charlie ist im
Felt
Wohnzimmer
my tongue
drüben.
till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
And we're all in for it.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
Ja. Oh mein Gott, er ist ja richtig nervig. Um was geht es hier? Um die Prinzessin zu töten? Ah, das ist unser Auftrag, ja.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yes.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain. And you killed us.
That's right, villain.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Oh Mann. Ja, Thomas, dann geh mal ins Bettchen. Träum von süßen Prinzessinnen.
Has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Ja, tappst du ein bisschen rum.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Ich mag ihn nicht.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Ja.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Er ist wirklich durch, ja. Du hast mich getötet. Was ist passiert, nachdem ich gestorben bin?
You died, and now we're talking.
Dankeschön für die Erklärung. Yeah.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride.
Ja.
To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Oh, das kann auch sein.
There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay, dann retten wir sie.
Rescue her.
Komm.
What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
Ja, wir schneiden einfach wieder die Hand ab, passt
Don't
schon.
you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
Wie ich das Spiel gefunden habe, ich habe auf Woovit geguckt. Das ist so eine Plattform, wo du als Content Creator so dich für Keys bewerben kannst. Und das Spiel ist mir ins Auge gefallen, weil das halt eben schwarz-weiß war. Und der Spieletitel war sehr interessant. Und dann habe ich mir da ein Video angeguckt, direkt auf der Seite. Und das fand ich eigentlich schon ganz cool. Und deswegen habe ich von Stride PR oder PR, je nachdem, ne, angefragt. Und die haben gesagt, ja, hier hast du einen Key, viel Spaß. Aber das ist bisher echt nice. Vor allem der erste Lauf, den wir vorhin hatten, der war schon irgendwie sehr cool. Da habe ich Gänsehaut am Arm und an den Beinen gekriegt, was ich normalerweise nie habe. Ich mag auch keine Horrorspiele. Das ist eigentlich ein Horrorspiel, aber vielleicht auch eine Love Story. Aber ist es nicht.
I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth.
Okay.
Narrator!
Narrator!
Courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... Yes. Not on my watch, villain.
Yes.
My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings.
Ja,
And
das stimmt.
doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ja, kein Problem.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
Oh, welch große Augen. Ugh.
Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved.
Mal gucken, ob sie uns jetzt trotzdem tötet.
Is that a threat? You know what we'll do if you try it. You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
Wie wär's mit Kinder machen? Was möchtest du machen?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Oh.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
Oh.
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Wird's jetzt böse?
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh. I want you to tell me what you want. Nein, das ist ja... Jetzt doch noch umbringen. Nein. Muss doch irgendwas geben, was du machen willst.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Ah.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Die Musik, ne? Was würde dich glücklich
I
machen?
just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I just want to make you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
I want you to make me unhappy? Nein. Du hast mich gerade erst getroffen.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
What? Okay.
No. She was our perfect match.
Prinzessin sieht aus wie Shrek, was?
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Und warum in Akt 2?
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Okay, wir gehen zum Spiegel. You have grown. Okay. Mal gucken, wie sie jetzt aussieht. Ist sie verbunden oder? Nein, der gleiche Teil.
Become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Ach so, du meinst, sie ist Prinzessin Fiona. Ah, jetzt. Ja, ich dachte schon, sie ist Shrek.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay, wie fühlt sich das an, sich so zu verändern?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Was? Hände haben auf?
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Ach, Hände haben Augen. Ja, sie sollte nichts sehen, ne? Wenn sie, vorher war das auch so, wenn sie gesprochen hat, sind die Hände zum Mund gegangen und so. Da, auch hier, ne? Wie viel hast du dich verändert?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Ach, wir werden sie nicht töten. Wirst du wissen, was du tun willst, wenn du ganz bist?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Oh, wow. Du warst netter zu mir als jede andere, die ich getroffen habe. Hm?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Ja, das hört sich ein bisschen krass an. Wie denkst du über mich?
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Ist immer sehr seltsam hier am Ende, ne? Bin bereit zurückzugehen.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Mit Farben wäre sie einfach Prinzessin Peach und Mario. So ein bisschen schon, ja. The Deconstructed Damsel.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Ich glaube, es gibt auch...
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Du bist tot schon wieder. Ja, das kann ich gut. Ich glaube, es gibt 96 Achievements oder so. Lass mal kurz hier reinkicken. 97 Achievements.
You're here to slay her.
Wir skippen das Ganze mal. Wir gehen jetzt mal einfach dahin.
You make your way up the short.
Wir werden sie töten. Straightforward. Ich möchte nämlich sie nochmal als Geist sehen.
The interior of the cabin is almost in...
Schlechte Entscheidungen? Hallo?
You take the blade from...
Alles easy peasy.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You step forward.
Das kennen wir ja alles schon, ne?
You lunge forward without a...
Okay. Ich kann das nicht mehr nehmen. Okay, interessant.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
Wie oft sie mich schon getötet hat? Wer genau? Also die Prinzessin hat mich mehr oder weniger einmal getötet? Das Ding am Ende zweimal? Spielboy, das hat mehr Achievements. Nein.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Ja, das ist schon ein sehr cooles Gesicht, das stimmt schon. So richtig erneut, ne? Das war das Motto. Really? Ziehen wir das Schwert mal raus.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt.
Oh oh. Oh Gott.
But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
See you!
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you.
Also ich muss sagen, dass die Kinder, wo zuschauen, sich sehr amüsieren in der Nacht. Es gucken ja keine Kinder zu. Sind die 18+ Channel.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Dann hat sie uns mal zweimal umgebracht. The Razor, den hatten wir noch nicht.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of you're here to...
Ja, ja. She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
This whole thing's a crock of shit.
Stabbed to death?
Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Okay, weiter. Ab dafür. Mal gucken, was diesmal los ist.
Before you go any, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Was machen wir denn jetzt dieses Mal? Mal gucken, wie das überhaupt aussieht, ne? Ist auch alles handgezeichnet,
The
ne?
cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I want to look at myself, I want to see how handsome I am.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
Yes,
Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
I hate this place. Okay,
You
nehmen wir
take
mal
the blade.
vorsichtshalber.
Feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Ich will sie eigentlich hier nicht abstechen. Wir sind ja sozusagen quitt, ne? Also.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Moin, Darksider. Dir ist noch ein Koop-Spiel eingefallen? Minecraft? Warum nicht gleich Fortnite oder irgendwie sowas?
That's right. Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we?
Doch.
She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Vorteil ist Schmutz. Ich mag auch mein
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
Ja, ihr Gesichtsausdruck ist schon sehr cool, ne?
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Okay, ich weiß, du hast ein Messer. Wir lassen dich raus, wenn du das droppst.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife.
I don't have a
Why would I
knife.
have a knife?
Ah!
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your inside.
Wie explizit, ne?
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Ja, natürlich ist sie nicht. Nö.
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Na.
Last time? What are you talking about?
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
Book of Demons sagt mir gar nichts.
Spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Ah, okay, Beweis. Nee, warte mal. Können wir das nicht einfach ausdiskutieren? Okay, nehmen wir das hier. Wir haben uns gegenseitig gekillt das letzte Mal. Ich würde das lieber nicht nochmal machen.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal and unstabbed.
Normal and unstabbed. Können wir das nicht einfach ausdiskutieren? Oh, Bygones be Bygones. Das hat sie auch das letzte Mal gesagt, ne?
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
So far out of reach!
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
Wenn Charlie in der Nähe ist, kann sie bitte zeigen? Wird schwierig mit der gekroppten Kamera und so.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
Aber es gibt es gibt auf meinem Kanal ein Loop Hero Video, da sind 7 Bilder von Charlie drin und zwar heißt das irgendwie unerwarteter Gast, bla bla bla. Kannst du auf jeden Fall mal suchen. Da hast du dann mittendrin die Bilder von ihm.
But you know who is armed? You. So stop second guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Okay, was haben wir denn hier unten so? Einfach. Was machst du, wenn wir dich rauslassen? Niemand muss sterben. Okay. Okay, erzähl mir immer die Wahrheit.
That doesn't sound like me.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her?
Was? Mach mal nach Stream? Was? Aber Darksider, was ist das denn so für ein Genre?
We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are.
My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave
My
with a little
entire
more
world.
humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine. Then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Okay. Können wir das nicht einfach durchdiskutieren?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Ja, das stimmt. Okay, Beweis, dass du kein Messer hast.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
Zeig einfach deine Hände.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Die hat das bestimmt gerade zwischen ihre Arschbacken geklemmt.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too!
Oh,
look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically. Also das ist die geilste Prinzessin bisher. Kein Schlüssel.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Das hat mich ein bisschen erschrocken.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Das dauert nicht lange.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm.
Easy peasy, ne?
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace.
Das ist so krass, ne? Wie der Arm da so rumwabbelt. Geile Prinzessin, bin ich gleich wieder am Start. Tell me more. Ja, guck doch mal hier an, die ist richtig scharf.
Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange, before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
Wir haben noch die linke Hand, wir können doch die rechte Hand damit greifen und hier so mi.
She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Schön, dass wir darüber geredet haben. Scharf, ein Schwertarm, das war ja fast so einfach. Ganz genau. Arms Race, oh wie lustig.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Ich muss mal kurz gucken, ob der Hund Wasser möchte oder mehr. Ja, wir machen nicht mehr lange, Hund will raus. Eieiei. Du bist tot erneut. Jo, nice, ne? Deckbilder, Dungeon erkunden und Klicker? Was ist denn ein Klicker? Dungeon-Sammelkarten, Schätze und Karten, mit denen du ein Deck baust und ausrüstest und klickst und Gegner... Also Dungeons... Schreib mir das mal ins Discord in die Wünsche YouTube, ansonsten vergesse ich das so oder so.
Your what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A restricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Vielleicht ist der Narrator wirklich einfach nur Teil von
It's getting
uns.
smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
Hier war ich noch nicht.
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart.
You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched.
We take it. Okay, sure.
Okay.
You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there.
Sehr geil.
Difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
Aber da ist ein Spiegel.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Okay, es riecht nach Eisen und Stahl. Könnte das Blut sein?
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Ja, wie
It's
überraschend,
time
ne?
for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Wahrscheinlich ploppt sie gleich hier auf und sticht uns wieder ab. Ah, nicht mal.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Haben wir uns selbst abgestochen dabei?
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe.
No.
I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Ah,
The
ist
past
irrelevant.
isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat.
Gleich zwei.
From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Das Geräusch kriegt mich aber jedes Mal.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Okay. Puff up a bit, there's no reason we can talk. Okay, I'm going to try flirting with her! Oh, wie geil. Wir verfallen in Panik, okay. She wins by killing us, right? Okay. Alles ist scheiße. Ja, vorher hatte sie nur einen Schwertarm. Ich würde ja gerne mit ihr flirten und gucken, was da passiert. Also die unterste Option könnte auch einfach nur zu Tod führen. Komm, wir flirten.
Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
Kann man nicht sagen, oh, you look sharp.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? I'd rather not.
It's not like she wants us anyway.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
Aha. Du bist sehr hübsch, okay. Ich mag dich. Okay, sogar romantisch, okay. Give her the look! Oder das hier ist auch geil. Wie wär's, wenn du erstmal mich zum Abendessen einlädst, bevor du mich aufspießt? The look. Oh, oder? Das ist so dumm.
The look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about the look?
Even I know about the look.
Selbst der Broken.
Flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Sie schnetzelt uns trotzdem ab. Wir sind hier voll das Shish-Kebab.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Nein.
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Nice.
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Oh, süß.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks, the princess closes the distance between you, blades flashing. She skewers you.
Ja, aufgespießt, wie ein Fischkebab.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit?
Das Mitten!
Matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
Oh, ist wieder da.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not
dead. Okay.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Küss uns.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. As long as we keep moving. We'll win her heart eventually.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of
Ich muss die ganze Zeit hier grinsen in dem Spiel. Ich finde das super.
Come on, show me something new.
Oh ja, gib mir eine Option. Küssen. Okay, kämpfen. Panik schieben? Oh, wir können nicht mehr flirten. Irgendwas anderes? Oh, and again, and again, and again. Ah, shit.
None of this is working. Think.
Oh.
Think.
Der Skeptiker?
She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
Okay.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
She skewers you. Das ist so gut.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you.
She skewers you.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Was? Das erste Mal Kapitel 4.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Damit hätte ich nicht gerechnet, dass du stirbst. Damit eigentlich schon, aber nicht, dass wir in Kapitel 4 kommen, anstatt Kapitel 1.
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros.
To the pros.
We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only... Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Ach so, okay, ich dachte, da wäre noch was gewesen.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Ich mag dich auch.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Deine Beine sind auch Schwerter geworden?
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
You're gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Ja, ich möchte es auch hören.
Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Das sieht nicht mehr so hübsch aus.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Mhm, immerhin ist da noch ein Herz übrig.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Man kann es auch übertreiben.
Shit.
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Was, ein Vogel? Was ist er denn für ein Fetisch?
Yes. Behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Aber ins Herz.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All right,
is all
sir?
just a
Forget
sick
it. All right, sir?
Narrator!
Forget it. All right, sir? What just happened? It's so quiet.
Oh, ihn auch.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Okay. Der Körper bewegt sich von alleine, obwohl wir keine Aktion ausführen. Okay. Wir weichen
You're
aus.
incredible.
Es gibt nur den Tanz. Mhm. Okay. Geht vor und zurück. Okay, eine Öffnung. Nice. This is a good ending. Okay. Beide sind tot. Krasse Prinzessin. Eieiei. Geometry Dash habe ich auch nie irgendwas von gesehen oder geguckt oder irgendwas. Okay, was ist los mit uns? The Decay. Keine Ahnung, was ich davon alles immer halten soll, ne?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Also das Spiel ist ohne Witz eins der besten, die ich schon länger gespielt habe. Also mir gefällt das richtig gut. Ich mag dieses etwas Abstrakte. Deswegen ist auch Botanicula immer noch eins meiner Lieblingsspiele.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Der ist klar. Okay, irgendjemand wird immer verletzt.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Okay. Ich mag dich mehr. Mal gucken, ob wir da irgendwie weiterkommen.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Was denkst du über dieses Gefäß?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Okay, weißt du, was mit den Welten passiert, die wir hinter uns lassen?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Okay, sie spricht auf jeden Fall von unserer Arbeit, nicht von meiner oder ihrer. Weißt du schon, was du machen wirst?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay, was soll ich dir als nächstes bringen, hä?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Das stimmt auch wieder.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and tells me new secrets.
Das ist natürlich auch so eine Sache, ne? Sie hat am Anfang gesagt, sie braucht nicht alle Teile, aber eine bestimmte Anzahl. Das heißt, du kannst wahrscheinlich formen, wie das am Ende alles aussieht. Und ich glaube nicht, dass das hier so gut ist, was sie ihr gegeben haben, aber ey. Destroy your body. Ich weiß nicht, was das dann genau macht. Ob wir dann einen komplett neuen Run starten. Ich weiß nicht. Wir machen einfach... ich bin bereit, zurückzugehen.
When it is time for us to meet again.
Bring the razor full to her. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Dann gibt es wahrscheinlich auch eine Option, wo du in Akt 3 den Razor bringst. Ja, wenn du die richtige Option nimmst, nicht flirten, sondern irgendwas anderes wahrscheinlich. Okay. Aber das ist es für heute. Mein Hund möchte raus. Deswegen speichern wir. Und verabschieden uns. Warte mal. Hier können wir quitten. Okay. So. Dann mache ich mal schnell. Ja, wahrscheinlich am nächsten Montag machen wir hier noch mehr mobile Sachen. Hat auf jeden Fall Spaß gemacht. Ich wünsche euch was. Macht's gut. Bis dann und ciao. Mein Hund ist schon machen.